Very good morning. The technical MCQs, the two questions here I'm going to read the first question. How many times the following loop get executed? How many times it is going to be executed? If it is going to be like this, how many times it is going to be executed? I'm going to write here again the for loop for x is equal to this is a pseudo code that is not an actual C program or Python. If it is a pseudo code, and how many times it is going to be executed here? For example, for x is equal to 5 to 1. That means the x is going to be repeated for 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is going to be repeated for 5 times. This is the outer loop here. This is the outer loop. And there is one inside inner loop is there. There is an inner loop is there. Here 1 to x. For every time y value is 1. Y value is 1. It is going to be repeated up to the x times. What is the first time? What is the x value? For the first time, what is the x value? That is 5, right? That means for the first time, the y is going to be repeated for 5 times. Then 4 times, then 3 times, then 2 times, and 1 time. That means this outer loop is going to be repeated for 5 times, and it is going to be repeated for this times, and we have to calculate all the values. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3, that is going to be 15. Total 15 times it is going to be executed. Total it is going to be executed for 15 times. I'm going to execute you, then you will understand more clearly. stdio.h. I'm going to convert that pseudocode into a simple a C program, a simple C program. For example, int x comma y for x is equal to 5, x is greater than equal to 1, x minus minus. The equivalent code for this one, y is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, and y is less than equal to x and y plus plus. And I'm going to print it for printf percentage d. What it is going to be printed? It is going to be print y here, right? It is going to be print y, for example. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be printing some data here, but we are not getting how many times it is going to be executed. For that, I'm going to take here some c is equal to 0, and I'm going to print here. I'm going to print here plus plus c. If I'm going to execute it, just observe here what is the final value of c. The final value of c is going to be 15, right? That means this loop is going to be repeated for 15 times. Is it clear, everyone? I'm going to print here y. I will show you how it is going to be. Printf /n, print /n. I'm going to execute. Just observe here 5 times it is repeated for the first time. If x value is 5, the inner loop is executed for 5 times, then 4 times, then 3 times, then 2 times, then 1 time. Then it is going to be total times of execution is going to be 15 times it is going to be executed. 15 times it is going to be executed. For this, I am going to convert into a simple program. Then I will understand. You will understand more, right? That's why I'm going to convert. Yes. The next question. What is the following? What is the output of the following program? What is the output of the following program? Right. Here, the n value is 1. The n value is 9. Sorry. The n value is 9. N value is going to be 9. And it is moving into the condition block. There are 3 blocks in the for loop. First initialization block, condition block, and increment and decrement block. After initialization block, it is moving into the condition block. 9, right? 9 not equal to 0. Yes, is it true or not? If it is true, it is moving inside the for loop here. Yes, this is the true. 9 is not equal to 0, right? Then it is moving inside and it is going to be print. What it is going to be print here? That is post decrement. Post decrement. That means first of all, it is going to be print 9. Then it becomes 8. Clear, everyone? First of all, it is going to be, it is printed 9 and it becomes 8. Okay. It becomes 8 and now it is moving this block and it is going to be again decremented. 8 becomes 7. 8 becomes 7 here. 2 times decremented here. 7 not equal to 0. This is also true. Then coming to here and it is going to be print 7. And just don't conclude that this is the answer. Okay, just wait and we have to repeat it for the last one. And 7 is printed and it becomes 6 and it is moving here and it becomes 5. 5 not equal to 0. Again it is true and it is coming inside and it prints 5 and it becomes 4 and it is moving here. It becomes 3. 3 not equal to 0. Is it true or not? Yes, it is true. Coming here and it is going to be print 3 and it becomes 2 and it is going here and it becomes 1. It becomes 1. 1 not equal to 0. Yes, again true. 1 not equal to 0. And coming here and it is going to be print 1 and it becomes 0 and it is moving here. 0 becomes -1. -1 not equal to 0. Yes, again true. And it is going to be print -1 and it never becomes 0 here. That's why it is going to be print -1, -3, -5, -7. In all the odd numbers, it is going to be print and the answer is going to be infinite loop. And the answer is going to be infinite loop. If I'm going to execute it, just observe here, it is going to be print like this. It is going to be infinite loop, not this one. For example, here I'm going to change it as 8, for example, instead of or 10, for example. Instead of 9, I'm going to change it as a 10 or 8. For example, if I'm going to execute it, just observe here, n value is a 10, 8, 6, and 2. Why? Because here it becomes 0. That's why it is going to be print like that. Is it clear? I'm going to execute it. It is going to be print 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. It is not moving into the infinite loop here. If it is an odd number, definitely it is going to be an infinite loop. Are you getting my point? For example, at this position, it is going to be like this. For example, n is greater than 0. N is greater than 0. For example, 9 is printed, 7 is printed, 5 is printed, 3 is printed, and 1 is printed. After that, n becomes -1. Is -1 is greater than 0? No, false, right? At this position, it is going to be print. This is the answer here. For example, if I'm going to execute it, the answer is going to be 97531. But here it is going to be not equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, -1, -3, and all the negative numbers also going to be printed, and it is an infinite loop. Here I think, right? Moving to the next one. John has written a program that traverses a given array linearly and outputs the sum of all the elements of an array which are divisible by 3. If an array is going to be like this, what is the answer here? A simple question it is going to be. There is one simple array There is one simple array is there, and we have to find sum of all the elements which are divisible by 3. First of all, this is not divisible, this is not divisible, this is not divisible. 3 is divisible and 6 is divisible by 3, divisible by 3 in the question. And the answer is going to be 9. And 9 plus 3 is going to be 12. 12 plus 9. 12 plus 9, that is going to be 21 is the answer. Very simple question. Very, very simple question that is going to. Simply, we have to find the sum of the array elements which are divisible by 3. Sometimes it is going to be asked like this also, some which are divisible by 3 and as well as, for example, 5 also. 5 also. For example, in this, for example, 15 is there. For example, here there is no other element is going to be divided by both the elements. This is going only 15 is going to be divisible by both 3 and 15 here. Are you getting my point? Sometimes it is going to be asked like this also, some which are divisible by 3 or 5. That means we have to calculate. We have to calculate the sum of which are divisible by 3 and as well as 5 also. Here 1, 2, 4 are not divisible by 3 or 5, and 3 and 6 are divisible. 3 and 6 are divisible by 3. That's why the answer is 9. 9 plus 3 is going to be 12. And we have to calculate this 5 also. Why? Because it is divisible by 5. And we have to calculate this 9 also. In this way, the question is going to be in the different models of the same question. Clear, everyone? Just a minute. Yes. Moving to the next question. Yes. What will be the output of the following program, assuming that the array begins at location 1002 and the size of the array, size of an integer is going to be 4 bytes. First of all, we have to know one thing here. What is that? We'll explain you. For example, if there is an array, for example, int ARR of 100 is equal to, for example, 1, 2, right here, 10, 20, 3, 4, for example, I'm going to write like this. And then I'm going to print here. I'm going to write a for loop for I is equal to 0 and I less than 3 and I plus plus. So I'm going to print %d here and ARR of I. It is going to be print what is ARR of 0, that is 10, then it is going to be 20, and it is going to be print all the values, right? And all the values it is going to be print what are in the 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write 4, sorry. Yes, all the values are going to be printed like this. All the values which are in the array are going to be printed like this. Okay, that is not a big problem here. For example, here, what is ERR? What is ERR? We have to know about this. For example, it is going to be print ERR of 0. It is going to be print always the first value only for the 4 times. And then what is ERR? It is going to be print. What is ERR? If I am going to execute it, it is always an address. Just observe here 152, 152, 152, 152, right? One address it is going to be print. What address it is going to be? It is the address of always the first element of the array. First element of the array. If you have any doubt here, star ARR means star represents, you are thinking that that is a pointer, right? Star represents a value at that address. What is that? Value at that address. If I am going to print here, it is going to be print 10. If you observe here, it is going to be print 10. Both star ARR or ARR of 0 or both are same, or ARR plus 0, star ARR plus 0, all are same here, all are same. All these three are going to be same here. For example, here I am going to write star ARR of I plus I here. ARR of I plus I here. If I am going to execute it, just observe here the values, all values are going to be printed here, right? All values are printed here. Here we can write ARR plus I of star. Totally I am going to print star. What is ARR? That is the first value you have to know about. That is the address of the first value. Why? The array is a continuous memory location, and it contains a similar data type, right? That's why if you know the first address, if you know the first value's address, and you can know that the second value address. I will show you. I'll show you the address of all the elements here. Just observe here, the first one is 152 and the next one is 156. If you observe here, 4 bytes difference there is 156, 160 and 164. There are always 4 bytes difference is there, right? Coming into this question, this is a matrix here. This is the matrix. There is something different when we are working with the matrix here. 3 by 4. That means the total 12 elements are there, and how it is working. 1, 2, 3. How many elements? 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 by 4 matrix. 3 rows, 4 columns. 3 by 4 matrix. If you observe this one. How the address is going to be placed here? 3 by 4 means, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? And this is going to be 0, 1 and 2, right? And here coming to this position, this is 0, 0 location. This is 0, 1 location. This is 0, 2. This is 0, 3. This is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. This is 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. For example, if it is a matrix, I'm going to print here A. For example, instead of printing A here, percentage D, I'm going to comment it. We have to know about the knowledge, total knowledge, then only you will understand what it is going to be print. What it is going to be print. For example, if it is going to be executed, definitely it is going to be print the address of the first element. But here it is going to be print. What it is printing here? It is going to be print. Definitely it is going to be print. Definitely it is going to be print. Matrix means array of arrays, right? Array of arrays. It is going to be print the first array's address, not the first value's address. It is going to be print the first array's address. First array's address, that is going to be like that. That's why if you are going to print star A, here also it is going to be print the same value. Again it is printing that. Now it is going to be the first row's first value's address. Now again I am going to print here star A. Now it is going to be print 1 here. Now it is going to be print 1. Is it clear, everyone? For example, now I am going to write here star A. I'll show you how it is working. A plus 1. What is A? Star A here? It is going to be star A. What it is going to be print? If it is star A, first row's first value address, right? If I'm going to write, I'm not going to write like this. I'm going to write like this. A means first row's address. A plus 1 means second row's address, if you observe clearly. Second row's address. And I'm going to print here percentage D and I'm going to differentiate it. Then you will understand more clearly. This is the first row's address. This is the second row's address. And I'm going to print one more value that is going to be third row's address also. Percentage D. Then comma A plus 2 here. If I'm going to execute it, just observe here. This 36, 536. This is 552. This is 568. What is the difference between 552 and 536 here? Here there is 4. Total 16 locations are going to be different, right? There are total 16 memory locations are different. Yes. Why it is 16 only? Why? Because here there are 4. This is the first one is the first row's address. And the second one is the second row's address. And the third one is the third row's address. And how many elements in the first row? There are 4 values is there. The integer contains 4 bytes. 4 into 4, there is 16 bytes are there are different here. That's why the answer is going to be always, for example, if it is 1002 at the first memory location, plus 16 is the answer and plus 16 is the answer for this one, Now I'm going for the below program, the below one, the below question, actual question. ARR of 0 plus 1. What is ARR of 0? ARR of 0 means that is the first row. That is the first row. Plus 1 means. Plus 1 means second row, right? Second row. Second row's address. That is the second row's address. ARR A plus 1 and ARR of 0. A of 0 plus 1 both are same. That's why it is going to be print. Yeah, A plus 16. A plus 16. But here, sorry, A plus not 16. The first value, this is going to be first value. This is the first value. This is the first value. A of 0. A of 0 plus 1. That means the second value, this value. That is going to be 2 here. A of 0 plus 1. A of 0 means this address. The next address is going to be this one. That means it is going to be printed 2's address here. 2's address. This is here. 1 is at 1002 and 2 is at 1006. 2 is at 1006. That's why the answer is going to be either this one or this one. As this one, definitely this one, no doubt about that. Only 1006. And we have to tell that what is this value and what is this value also. And if you observe here, A of 0 plus 1, this is the address of this 2. And what is the value at that position? Star represents value at that address. That is a 2 here. That's why it is going to be printed 2. And coming to this value, A of 0 or A plus 0, both are same. And plus 1. And what is the address? What is the value at that? That is going to be 2 again. The answer is 622. The value is going to be 622. 1006. But here the address is somewhat different, right? Why? Because this is not. This is assuming that we have to be at we are at 1002. But here it is going to be some other value, right? If you have any doubt here, just simply I'm going to print one more value that is going to be. That is A of 0 comma. A of 0 comma. If I execute it, this is at 36. That means this is at 1002 and plus 4, that is going to be 1006. There's 36 plus 4, that is going to be 40 here. Clear, everyone? How it is going to be executed? Printing the address. No. You are thinking that is an address, right? No, that is not an address. Pointer is not an address. Pointer is holding the address. That's it. For example, I will show you how it is working. We are thinking like that. We are thinking like that. For example, it is going to be int a is equal to 10, comma star p. Star p is the pointer. P is equal to ampersand a here. Printf percentage d, comma p. If you print p, that is an address. If you print p, that is an address. If you are working with a star p, that is a value at that address. Always it is value at that address. Clear? Going to the fifth question. Very, very good question. This is also like fourth question is also very good question. And moving to the fifth one. What is the output here? If you execute it, the answer is yes. It is executed. Definitely, we know the answer. But you know that how it is working. How it is working. String or array. I'm already telling that here. If it is an array, if you print ARR, that is an address. Definitely, that is an address. No doubt about that. Like that also here, I will show you. If it is going to be percentage d comma str, what it is going to be print. I'm going to hide these two lines. I'm going to hide these two lines. If it is a string, right? If I'm going to execute it, definitely it is going to be print the address. No doubt about that. And here I'm going to write star str. It is going to be execute 67. Why it is 67? Why it is 67? We don't know, right? Why it is 67? Here I'm writing percentage d, and here it is star str. It is going to be print 67. Okay. Now it is going to be, if I'm going to execute, this one is some address, and here I'm going to write star str. It is going to be print some 67. That is nothing else. It is a capital C, and the capital C's ASCII value is going to be 67. That's why it is going to be print 67. If you print here character C, if I'm going to execute it, it is going to be print C. Just observe here. The first character's address. Again, both are same. In the same way, here I am going to write this one. Instead of printing C, I am going to print percentage D here. I am going to print give some space here. If I am going to execute, it is going to be print. Just observe here, it is going to be print the ASCII values, right? And here I am going to write, I am going to delete the star. And these are the address for every character. It is going to be 1 byte only. If it is an integer, it is 4 bytes. That's why the difference is 4 bytes. Here, for every time, it is going to be the difference is always 1. Why? Because it is a character array. You have to observe these things. Yes, these are the memory locations. If I print star here, it is going to be print the ASCII values of each and every character. If I'm going to print here C, it is going to be print the characters. It is going to be print the same value here. Clear, everyone? Go to the next question. Is there any difference between the two statements? For example, here there is a space, then it is going to be different. If there is no space at all, both are same. If there is no space here, that's why it is not same. Both statements are not same. If it is going to be like that, yes, both are same. Okay, if there is no space here, then it is going to be different. I think there is not a big question, right? Moving to the next one. Oh, this is going to be the recursion concept, recursion question. Count of 3. I'm going here like this. Just observe here, there's a static variable. The static variable works totally in a different manner. For example, here I am going to delete static. I will explain, and putting the static also I am going to explain. The modified value, for example, D is modified. The value is going to be changed if again the function is called. That is the advantage with the static variable. I will explain. Count of 3 here, and n is equal to 3, and coming to this position, D becomes 1. D is going to be 1. And it is going to be print here. What is n value? N value is going to be 3 here. It is going to be print 3, and coming to this position, and it is going to be print D. D value is 1. Okay. Up to now the value is going to be, I'm going to print here only. Okay. 3 and 1. For n it is going to be print 3. For D it is going to be print 1. And coming to here, D plus plus, then D becomes a 2. Then D becomes a 2. Okay. And coming to this one, if n is greater than, for example, that means what is n value? N value is 3. Is 3 is greater than 1? Is 3 is greater than 1? Is it true or not? Is it true or not? Yes, it is true. And coming to this position, and again I'm going to call the same method with a different value, that is count of n minus 1. What is n value? N value is 3. Now again I'm going to call the function with a 2 here, count of 2. This line is not executed. Just observe everyone. For count of 3, this line is not executed. And now it is moving again into this one. That means here for count of 3, it is going to be print. It is going to be print 3 and 1, and it is going to be call a function. It is going to be call a function count of 2. Okay, it is going to be print count of 2, and coming into this one, if this is the static variable, that is a static variable, that's why the D value is modified to 2, right? The D value is the same. The D value is 2 again. But if you are not mentioning the static variable here, D is again initialized with 1 here. That is the difference between static and without static. Yes, D value is not initialized again. The D value is 2 now. And coming to this one, what is n value? N value is 2, and D value is 2. It is printing. D value 2. It is printing. Okay. There are any options here? Okay. Maybe this one or this one, A or C. And printing 2 and 2, and again D is incremented. The value is going to be 3 here. And what is n value? N value is 2. Is 2 is greater than 1? Yes. Now it is going to be, now again it is going to be call the function with 1 here. 2 minus 1. Now it is going to be print here. Now it is going to be print. It is going to be print 2 2. It is going to be print 2 2, and again it is going to be call the function with count of 1. For count of 2 also, this line is not executed. Just a minute. Okay. And then it is going for 1. And what is the D value? D value is 3. The static variable, right? That's why it is not moving here. And it is going to be print. What is n value? N value is 1. And what is D value? D value is 3. It is going to be printed. And coming to here, D value is going to be 4. D value is going to be 4. D value is going to be 4. And coming to here, what is n value? N value is 1. 1 is greater than 1. That is false. That is false, definitely. And it is not moving inside this block and going to this one. And it is going to be print. What it is going to be print? It is going to be print 4 here. It is going to be print 4. It is going to be print 4. Now, if you observe here, this value is going to be executed. This is executed. This total value, this line is also executed. That means now it is moving into the count 2. Count 2. This line is not executed, right? What is D value? That is a static variable. That's why it is going to be print 4 again, and again printing 4 again. The answer is going to be this one. The answer is going to be this one. I'm going to execute it. The answer is going to be like this. Clear everyone? Moving into the eighth question. Yes, we already discussed about structures in the doubt session, and here there are two variables in the structure employee, and I'm going to take structure EMP of E of 10. That means I'm going to take some array here E of 10, and I'm going to read all the values of the employees. Is there any mistake? It is not asking that what is the output or anything. Suspicious pointer conversion cannot use scanf for structures. No error. Structure can be nested inside the structures. No, nothing else. It is working perfectly, and there is no error at all. It is working perfectly. Yes, structure is going to be, we can write structure inside the main function or outside the main function. We can declare it anywhere. If I'm going to execute it without any errors, it is going to be executed. No doubt about that. It is going to be if it is inside also, that is not a problem. Everything is going to be same. Now moving into the ninth one. Again, this is going to be a structure here. Structure error. The name of the structure is going to be error. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. There are three variables: int warning, int error, int exception. There are three variables which are related to the integer here. And instead of writing struct error, type def means that is going to be user defined data type. Alias names I'm going to create. Using of this structure error, we can use error. The name is going to be error. Error of E, that means error E. E dot error, that means this is going to be assigned with 1, and I'm going to print E dot error. The answer is going to be 1. I'm assigning E dot error is equal to 1, and I'm going to print the value. That's it. Just simply it is going to be print 1. That's it. Nothing else. It's going to be print 1. The answer is going to be 1. That's it. This is about the MCQs. Is there any doubts here? If you have any doubts, if you have any particular topic, divisible by 3. That is a simple question, right? A simple question. We have to sum of all elements of an array which are divisible by 3. Which are divisible by 3. Divisible means, for example, the multiples of 9, multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, these values. For example, is 1 is divisible by 3? No. 2 is divisible? No. 4 is divisible? No. 3 is divisible by 3. Then we have to find sum of all the elements which are divisible by 3. Yes, I have to. The sum is 3 now, and the 6 is also divisible. 3 and 6 becomes 9. And this 3 is also divisible again. 6 plus 9, 9 plus 3, 12. And no other value here. There is no other value. Is not divisible by 3, and 9 is divisible. 12 plus 9 is going to be 21. Static variable. I will explain in the doubt session how the static variable is working. Okay. How the static variable is working, I will explain in the doubt session. Difference between 1 star and 2 star. 1 star means pointer, and 2 star means pointer to the pointer. Third case in the fourth sum. Third case in the fourth. This one. I will explain you the matrix, how the matrix is going to be dealing with pointers. I will explain in the doubt session. Okay. Clearly, I'm going to clearly explain you how the matrix is going to be using pointers. Using pointers, I will explain. Okay. And I have to explain two topics in the doubt session. That is going to be static method, how the static is going to be working, and matrix using pointers, how the memory is allocated. I will explain these two. Clear, everyone? Static and final. No, there is no final keyword in C here. There is only static. There is no final variable in C. There is only static only. Explain ninth question. This one, right? Nothing. This is very, very simple question. Here, structure error, struct error. There is a structure here, and it contains three variables. It contains three variables: int warning, int error, int exception. There are three variables, and it is going to be error type def. Error means instead of declaring the variable, for example, this is error int, error e, right? Like as this one, int a. Int a means a is of integer type. In the same way, error e means e is of type struct error. We can access these three variables using this e. That is the value of e here. Okay, then I'm going to assigning the variable e dot err is equal to 1. For example, I'm going to write e dot warning is equal to some 100. E dot exception. E dot exception. E dot exception is equal to 200, for example. Okay, I'm assigning the values. E dot, this one is 1, this one is 100, and this one is 200. Just simply I'm going to write here percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. I'm going to print here E dot exception, E dot warning. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be print all the values. That's it. Nothing else. Clear, I think. We are assigning the values. Yes, practices are available only once. Yes, I have that issue also. I will ask you, I will ask and I will intimate you. Yes, it is some recursion concept. If you clear about recursion, then only you can understand how it is working. Okay. So I know that there is some difficulty with that question, right? Definitely. In the next day, for example, today I'm going to discuss about what is that? Static variable and matrix, and the next class I'm going to discuss about how the recursion, and I'm going to explain that question especially. Okay, with static, without static. Okay, first of all, we have to know about how the recursion is working, then you will understand the answer here. Then fourth question. This fourth question. Yes, yes. Fourth question. First of all, I have to explain how matrix is going to be, how matrix is going to be, how matrix is going to be. Then I will explain you. Okay. In the doubt session, I'm going to explain you how matrix pointer allocation is going to be. Then you will understand that question. Don't go for the question. I'm going to explain in the doubt session how matrix is going to be allocated the memory. Then I will explain this one. Okay. Practice. Okay, I will give automatic expressions also in the practice test. Okay. Session is going to be handed over to the Mr. Rambabu sir. Rambabu sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Actually, I'm Chaitanya.
Okay, sir. Continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, students. So until now, you have seen the coding test explanation. And now it's time to discuss the test on logical ability. Okay. So let's go on to that test paper, what we have yesterday. So yesterday's test was the easiest of all what we have. Okay. So that's what I have seen and observed that was the easiest test we have. Okay. So generally in DXC, when it comes to reasoning part, definitely you can score 12 to 13 out of 14 questions. Easy the reasoning part was. Okay. So even if you, I think you have understood. So what are the different topics that we have to concentrate on while it comes to reasoning part? So if you concentrate on number series, analogy, odd man out, blood relations, directions, and logical sequence of orders, and data sufficiency and inequalities. These are the some 9 to 10 topics which are more than enough to score good marks in the reasoning part. Okay. So anyhow, so let's have a discussion on the previous, like yesterday's question paper. Okay. We'll start with the first question. So find the next number in the given series. So if you observe the series, that was a very easy one. So 18, 19, 21, and 24. Okay. So just if you observe the difference between these numbers, I can clearly identify that the difference between them is 1 is the difference between 18 and 19, 2 is the difference, and next it is 3 is the difference again. Okay. I got the difference is 1, 2, and 3. The next difference is definitely 4. If the difference is 4, so the answer should be 24 plus 4, 28. Okay. So 28 is the answer for this question. I think no one will have a doubt in this question here. Okay. So even though you are very much new to the reasoning or number series, you can easily answer this question because it was a straight question. Okay. I hope every one of you clear about this. So we'll move on to the next one. So see the series here 0.28, 0. Okay. So here the series is given in the decimal format, right? So if you find it difficult to solve the question using decimal numbers, so try to convert them into the integers. Okay. If you observe every number is having two numbers after the decimal point. So easily I can write this as 28. So 56 and 168. Okay, then I can identify the logic here. If you find it difficult to solve using the decimal numbers, if you're comfortable with this, then no need to convert the numbers. Okay. So if you observe what is the relation between 28 and 56, the moment I see these two numbers, I can say 28 into 2 will be 56. But here also 56 into 2 is not equal to 68. I know 6 into 3 will get 8 in the unit digit, so I'll try it with 3. So 56 into 3, I'll get 168. Okay. So the logic might be into 2 into 3. Next, I have to multiply the next number with 4. Okay. Then I'll get the answer. So what is 168 plus into 4? So it is 672. Okay. So from the given options, I know since I have converted the decimals into the integers here. Now I can convert this integer value into a decimal number by taking 2 points there. Okay. So the answer should be 6.72. Okay. So it's a simple multiplication series. The first number multiplied with 2 to get the second number, and the second multiplied with 3 to get the third number, and the third multiplied with 4 to get the answer. Okay. It's a clear one. So this question may be easy, even though they are in the decimal format. If some questions will be there, so they will be given in the points, but if you convert them into the integers using any technique like multiplying with 100 or 1000 or 10 times, sometimes it will be easy for you to identify the logic. Okay. So I hope you understand. So if you have any problem with my voice or anything, just you can have a message in the chat box. Okay. So if everything is clear, just can any one of you put a message like S so that I can confirm myself that yes, people are listening to me and everything is fine from my side. Could you please text S in the chat box? Sorry, I didn't get any response from the students yet. So are you people responding in the chat box? Could you please respond here? Is everything fine from my side? Or do I need to reduce the speed of my speech? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So for the previous question, someone texted like it is 3.36, but it is not 3.36. So the answer should be 6.72. Okay. Your audio was not visible, sir. It's clear. Yes. Okay. Clear, sir. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So we'll move on to the question then. Someone texted like your audio is not visible. So for that person, I'm saying that see, audio is not audible. We cannot use visible there. Okay. Everyone saying that everything is fine. That's thank you. Thank you. Right. So we'll move on to the next question. So two questions from number series and the third one is from analogy. So you all know that, right? So the first two will have a logic between them, and I have to identify that logic and apply that same logic to the third one to get the fourth one here. So what is the logic between EKC and the GMI? So it's easy, right? So they are straightforward, like E is fifth letter in the alphabet, K is 11th, and C is third, and G is 7th, M is 13th, and I is 9th letter. Okay, when you observe the first and second letters here, so simply they are +2, right? The fifth letter become the 7th letter, 11th become the 13th. But when it comes to C, it becomes I. So what are the different possibilities we have to get 9 from 3? So either it is 3 into 3 or 3 plus 6. Okay, so I don't know, any one of them might be the logic here. Okay, for the first two letters, I'm just adding 2. And for the third letter, it may be +6 or 3 into 3. Okay, so they might have taken the square of that particular value. Okay, so let's see what it will be for OUM. Okay, so OUM, O is the 15th letter, U will be 21st, and M is 13th letter. Okay, so the pair for this will be 15 plus 2, that is 17, 21 plus 2 is 23. So 17 means Q, 23rd letter means W. Okay, and what I have to take here, whether I have to take the square of 13 or into 3 or plus 6. Okay, so if I take 13 into 3, so what it will be 39. So 39 means we have only just 26 letters in the alphabet, right? So after 26, so 26 plus 13. So 13th letter means M. Okay, so if I follow the logic into 3, so I'm getting 39, which is letter M, but QWM is nowhere in the options, right? So that's why this logic doesn't work here. So I have to go with +6 logic. Okay, so +6 means 13 plus 6 is 19. So the 19th letter is S. So I can see the option QWS, which is the fourth one. Okay, so that's why I didn't use either 13 square or 13 into 3. Okay, so the correct logic is +6 for the third letter. Okay, so the answer is QWS. So if you have any doubt in this question, you could just give your message in the Q&A box so that I can repeat it again if needed. Yeah, already I got answer from some students saying that QWS. So E is equal to 5. I have written 5 only, but So that was a small mistake. It seems like 6, but I have written 5 only. No, that is not 6. That is 5. Just it was mixed. Okay. Actually, I was written 5 there. Word and letter sequence. Okay, clear. Yes, QWS is the answer once again. Okay, so I think you got an idea about the analogy here. There will be a pair of letters or words here. I have to identify the logic between those two. If you take the first two, EKC and GMI, so I'll identify the logic between each and every letter here. The first letter in the EKC with the first letter in the GMI, like the second letter with second letter. So the first letter, this is not, it seems like 6, but it is 5 actually. Okay. The E is the 5th letter, K is the 11th letter, and C is the 3rd letter in the alphabet from the left hand side or from the beginning. Okay. In the same way, G is the 7th, M is the 13th, and I is the 9th letter. If I observe the logic here, just +2. They have taken the second next letter from E and the second next letter from K. But coming to the third letter, the logic is here it is the third letter and here is the 9th letter. So what might be the logic? For the first two letters, it is simply +2. If it is 3 and 9, there are two possibilities, like 3 possibilities. Like one is 3 square is equal to 9, or I can say multiplied with 3 is equal to 9, or I can also like take 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. There are 3 different possibilities of getting 9 from 3. So which one is correct? I don't know. I don't know which one is correct. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll take the question now OUM. I know O is 15th, U is 21st. For finding the first two letters in the answer is not a problem because it is just +2. Okay. 15 plus 2 and 21 plus 2. QW are fixed. I have to find the third letter. So first of all, if I take 13 square, it is 169. Okay, so it is difficult to find 169 means how many 26 are there after that? How many letters are remaining? Okay, forget about that. So another thing what we have is 13 into 3. 13 into 3 will give you 39. 39th letter means, so I have to take is 26 letters. After finishing 26 letters, again I have to start with A. So 26 plus 13. The 13th letter is M. But QWM is nowhere in the options. That means my logic is not correct. I have to go with another logic that is +6. If I just add 6 for 13, it will be 19, right? So 19th letter in the alphabet is S. So I go with QWS. Okay. So I cannot simply say 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 and 13 plus 6, 19 might be the answer. Okay. If QWS is there, yes, no problem. If QWS is not there, if QWM is there, okay. So instead of QWS, if QWM is there, then so you have to go with into 3 logic. Okay. So while deciding the logic only, you must have check all the different possibilities. Okay. You cannot simply take +6 and go to check the answer. Understand? Every time it is not easy for you to find the answer, right? I hope it is clear for you. So if yes, I'll go to the next problem. No doubt. Thank you. So someone said, any other method? See, any other method means, see, based on the question, you have to decide. Okay. So sometimes that analogy logic based on maybe up pairs or down pairs, what we have, that's very simple to identify the pairs here, like AZ or BY, CX, like these are some pair of letters we have. I think in the previous sessions I have discussed all those. Okay. So based on the question, you have to decide. That is what expected from the student. Okay. So when it comes to reasoning, I'm sure that the questions what we have practiced here will never appear in the exam. Okay. But when it comes to DXC, these are all the previous questions. The same question may repeat in the DXC exam when it comes to DXC only. Okay. So the reasoning is always your presence of mind. How, what decision you take and how you respond to the question is very important. Okay, so another method will not be there, like you have to decide based on the question. Okay, so here is the next one. From the given anagram, select the odd man out. Anagrams are nothing but the given options. Okay, so I have to select the odd one out. So I think you also know the what is odd man out means. I have to find the different one among the given four. Okay, so different in the sense all the remaining three must be similar, like they must follow one particular logic while the fourth one is not following that logic. Okay, so the different means, for example, if I give like three numbers like so 2, 5, 6, 9. For example, if I given four numbers like this and ask you to find the odd one out. Okay, so what you will do? So 2, 5, 6, 9. What will be the odd one out here? So you might think, sir, 9 is a perfect square. So 2, 5, 6 are not perfect square. So 9 is an odd one out. No, I cannot say that. Right? So there must be some similarity between 2, 5, 6 and that logic is not followed by 9. Then only I can say 9 is the odd one out. Okay. Since simply 9 is a perfect square where 2, 5, 6 are not perfect squares, I cannot say 9 is the odd one out. Okay. So I hope you all know all these. So coming to here, B is the second letter, A is the first letter, K is the 11th letter, and D is fourth, C is third, and M is 13th. H is 8, G is 7, and Q is 17. M is 13 and N is 14 and W is 23. If you observe these numbers, it is very clear that 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, but this is 13, 14. Okay, the order is not correct. So it is started BA, DC, HG, but in the fourth option, it should be NM. Then I can say all the four are following a similar logic here, but M and W is not correct. Okay, which is completely different from the remaining three. Okay. Yeah, every session video recording is available in the YouTube, so you can find in the Technical Hub channel by the end of the day. Okay, so by the end of this day, you can find this video recording in the YouTube channel. Okay. So let's move on to the next question from odd man out. From the given anagram, select the odd man out STV. So what is STV? I know S is the 19th letter, T is 20, and V is 22. Okay, and X, Y, and A. Okay, so X is 24th and Y is 25th. So I can write A as either 27 or 1. Since they are 24, 25, so I'll write A as 27. So coming to K, K and T. So it is 11, 11 and 20. And coming to B, D, E here. So B is second. D is 4, E is 5. So what is the logic here? Here the difference is 1. Here the difference is 2. Here the difference 1. Here difference 2. A difference 0. Here difference is 9. Here difference 2. Here difference 1. So you might think, sir, here the difference is 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Here it is 2 and 1. Okay. So can I say KKT is the different one or the odd one among the given four? Yes, you can say that. So you don't want to consider the order. Okay, just consider the value, right? So what are the values here? 1 and 2. The difference among the given letters is 1 and 2, irrespective of their order. The difference is 1 and 2, but here difference is 0 and 9. So by considering that factor, I can say KKT is the odd one among the 4. Okay. Right. Okay. KKT is the answer. Yes, very good. Some people responded like KKT. Okay. So one more question from Oddman out in yesterday's test. AE5 DF6 HN14 KP18. Okay. See, someone asked, can Oddman out rules are applied to this question or not? Yes. See, whether to apply those rules or not, you have to decide after seeing the question. Understand? So I don't recommend that every question you follow all those 3 rules. Definitely, I don't recommend that. Okay, so that is your wish, whether you follow those rules or not, that you have to decide based on the question. Okay, so this is AE5. Okay, so I have some numbers and letters in the question, right? So, but I clearly see that E5. So 5 is the corresponding number for E in the alphabet. That means E is the 5th letter. And here also F is the 6th letter and N is the 14th letter. Okay. So that was the one similarity I identified in these 3 options. Okay. So the number what they have used in it is the respective place value of the second letter. So that is E, its value is 5, F, its value is 6, N and its value is 14. But when coming to the last option P, its value should be 16, but it was given as 18 here. Okay, so by using that logic, I can say KP18 is the odd one we have among the given 4. Okay, so you know, no need to bother about the first letter. What was the logic they followed for the first letter? But it is very evident that based on the second letter and the number what we have in each option. So the number and the second letter are related to each other. E5, F6, N14, and it should be 16 instead of 18. So that's why KP18 is the answer for this. Even I got answer KP18 from many of the students for this question. P16, yes, P it should be 16, but it is 18 actually. Okay, right, very good, very good. So we'll move on to the next one, which is from coding and decoding, the easiest of all the questions what we have. Okay. What it is given, the normal is coded as LAMRON. See, the first step in coding and decoding is check whether the given word and the code will have the same number of letters or not. Yes, normal is a 6-letter word and its code is also having 6 letters. That is the first observation. Next, check whether all the letters present in your code are present in your question word or not. Okay, that means all the letters which are present in this code is present in the given word or not. Okay, if you observe LAMRON, each and every letter is present in the normal. If it is so, just the logic is arranging or the rearrangement of the letters in that word. But if you observe, this is very easy. Just they have written in the reverse order. NORMAL. Okay, so the given word is just written in the reverse order, and that was the logic itself. Okay, now I have to write system in the reverse order. So starting from METSYS. Okay, so if I write that in the reverse order, I'll get METSYS. That is the option B here. Okay, but remember, when I have a question from coding decoding like this, the first observation should be the number of letters in the word and the number of letters in the code are equal or not. And next, identify whether all the letters present in the code are present in the given word or not. If so, then it's just a simple rearrangement of the letters in the given word. Okay, identify which letter is placed in which place. That's it. But it is very simple here. Just they have written in the reverse order. The normal completely written in the reverse order. LAMRON. Okay, the answer is Metsis. I'm sorry. Audio is not. I was just muted myself for some reason and I haven't unmuted. I want the you to just tell me based on which factor we are going to arrange these five words. So whether it is based on quality or size or quantity or occurrence of events or value or appearance or nature or process. Before giving me the answer, tell me based on which factor I'm going to arrange them. Process. Okay. Someone said it's process. No, I don't think so. A more apt factor is there, that is occurrence of events. Okay, so that is not a process. They are different events are there that in which order they have to happen here. In that fact, based on that factor, I have to arrange them. See, restaurant, plan, menu, celebrate, and order. Okay, so what we have to do, first of all, we have to plan ourselves, right? Where we have to go. Okay, so after planning, you will go to a restaurant. Okay, so after planning, you will go to a restaurant and in the restaurant, you will ask for menu. Okay, you will ask for a menu. After seeing the menu, you will order whatever food you want, you can order. And after that, celebrate. Okay, you'll receive the order and you can celebrate, right? This is the occurrence of order, right? The occurrence of events. So what is the plan? The second option, restaurant is the first option. That means first point, menu is the third, order is the fifth one, and celebrate is the fourth one. So the answer should be 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Okay, so which is option D. Okay, so 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. That is the correct order. The first we plan and we'll go to the restaurant, we'll take the menu, we'll place an order, and after that we'll celebrate. Okay. 21354. Occurrence of events is correct. Okay. Size. So that is not at all correct. So how can I say based on size and I can arrange this restaurant plan and celebrate? Okay. Biryani. Very good. Mhm. Early morning he needs some chicken biryani. Good. So we'll move on to the next one. The question from directions. Miru has lost her way home and was standing 25 meters away from her house in the southwest direction. She walks 20 meters north and reaches point A. How far and in which direction would she have to walk to reach the house? Okay, it is not he reach the house, right? So for example, so where she's standing, lost her way home and was standing 25 meters away from her house in the southwest direction. So let's have a look on the directions here. For example, if I take this is the east, this will be west, and this is north, and this is south. So in between north and east, it is northeast direction. In between south and east, it is southeast, it is southwest and northwest. Okay. So southwest direction means in this direction, right? That is what we need in the question, right? Southwest direction. For example, if I take this is the house, okay? The house of the Miru is located here. From her house, she is 25 meters away in the southwest direction. The southwest direction means this direction. Okay. In this direction, she is 25 meters away. So this is the place of Miru. This distance is 25. Okay. Now what she did? She walks 20 meters north and reaches point A. So she is here now. She walks towards north. So what north means towards the upward direction. So she walks 20 meters towards up or towards north and reached a point A. Okay, this is the point A. Now the Miru is here and this is 20 meters. Okay, so actually from her house initially she is 25 meters away in the southwest direction, and from there she walked 20 meters towards the north direction and reached a point A. Okay, now how far and in which direction would she have to walk to reach the house? So I know this is the house and she is here now. So she has to walk in this direction. Okay. So in this direction means what is this direction? East. Okay. So she has to walk towards east to reach the house. And how much distance she has to walk? So that I have to find. Okay. So if you observe this, it seems like a right angle triangle here. Okay. So I have to find the side. But we know that hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay. So hypotenuse value is 25. 25 square. One side is 20 square. And I have to find the value of another side. So 625 minus 400 is equal to S2 square. That is 225. So 225 is a perfect square, like it's a square of 15. Okay. So that means the Miru has to move towards east for 15 meters to reach her house. Okay. So first of all, I have to aware of all the 8 directions. Okay. So southwest direction. Initially, she is standing 25 meters away from her house in the southwest direction. So I took the position of Miru is here and her house is here. Okay. From then she moved towards north 20 meters. North means towards the upward direction she moved. And now my question is, from that position A to reach her house, in which direction and how much distance she has to travel here. Okay. I know the house is located in the eastward direction. So she has to move in the east for 15 meters. How I got that 15 meters? So I assumed this has a right angle triangle and I applied the hypotenuse theorem here. Sorry, Pythagoras theorem. Sorry, Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay, so using that I got the distance has to be 15 meters. Okay, the answer is B, 15 meters east. Yeah, even someone said 15 meters west, so that is not correct. Okay, so 15 meters east. So the Miru is already in the west direction compared to or with respect to her house. Okay, now she has to move towards east to reach her house. Her direction is west from her house, but she has to move towards east to reach the house. I hope you understand. Okay, 15 meters east. Good. Yeah, many of you you got 15 meters east. So someone saying that not audible. Is it not audible to you? I hope it is audible, right? So please clear one doubt regarding directions. That is, if in the question they mention Miru is 1 meter to the north of John, then how can I indicate in diagram? That's for sure. Okay. Okay. What you are asking? Miru is 1 meter to the north of John. So if you want to know the position of Miru, first of all, you should know where the John is. Okay. Now I'll take a random place where John is here. Okay. Now Miru is 1 meter to the north of John. Okay. If John is here, so this is the north side, right? This is north. Okay. Now I can say this is somewhere Miru is there. Okay. So Miru is here. So the distance between these two is 1 meter. Okay. So simply you can write 1 here. No need to write these arrows and everything. So simply how can I indicate this? This is the place of John, and so Miru is 1 meter to the north of John here. Okay, this is how I can indicate. See, you remember these directions. This north is top, south is downwards, east is like uh, right hand side, west is left hand side. These directions are not fixed. You can even write east here. If that is east, you have to take west, and this is north, and this is south. Okay, you can take in any direction, but so if you go in the clockwise direction starting from east, the direction should be east, south, west, north. That should be correct. Okay, starting from east, if you go in the clockwise direction, that order should be east, south, west, north. Okay, so you don't miss it. You can place east anywhere. Okay, yeah. But why I take this standard is, so this is like, for example, this is the India map. Our India map, the right side is east, the top is north, we have Himalayas. This is south, we have Kerala, everything here south. And this is the west, we have Delhi, like, sorry, no, Mumbai. Okay, so that's why that I take this as a standard directions, like right side is east, top is north, like that. Okay, there is no rule that only the top should be north. You can take anywhere. Okay. Okay, audible. Thank you. So let's move on to the next question from directions here. Shivam put his wall clock on such a way that at 9 a.m. the hour hand was pointing south. In which direction will the minute hand hour point at 9:30 p.m.? Okay. So when the time is 9 o'clock, how it will be? Hands will be like this. Okay. So this is the minute hand and this is the hour hand. Okay. This is 12 and this is 9. At 9 o'clock, the hands of a clock will be like this. Okay. Now what they said, the hour hand was pointing south. They said this is the south direction. If that is south, then this will be east and this is north, and this should be west direction. Understand? If that is south, then this is west, this is north, and this is east. Okay. In which direction will the minute hour point at 9:30 p.m.? So at 9:30 p.m., so the hands of a clock will be like this. Okay. At 9:30 p.m., so the hour hand will be in between 9 and 10. So this is 12 and this is 6. So this is how they are at 9:30. I know this direction is already east here. So the minute hand is pointing at east direction. Understand? Okay, so at 9 o'clock in the morning, the our hand was pointing south. That was the given. At 9 o'clock, the position of the hands are like this, and the our hand is pointing towards south. Okay, so in the previous question, I told you the direction should be like the order should be like this: east, south, west, and north. Okay, you can place these directions anywhere, but this should be the order if I go in the clockwise direction. That means starting from east, east, south, west, and north. Okay, that is the correct order of indication, right? Okay, so at 9:30, what should be the direction of the minutes hand? Okay, 9:30, the minute hand is pointing downwards. That down is east. So the answer is east for this question. Okay, next question is east. Good. So one more question from directions, I think. X walks 6 kilometers towards east from a point A. For example, if I take this is the point A. So I know the directions, the standard or this is east, north, west, and south. So X started moving towards east for 6 kilometers. Okay. So towards east, X moved for 6 kilometers, and this is the place of X now. Okay. This is the point A. And from the same point A, Y walks 8 kilometers towards south. Towards south means downwards. So towards down, Y walked for 8 kilometers. Okay. So this is 8 kilometers and now Y is here. Okay. So this is the place of Y and this is the place of X. What I have to find? How far are the two friends from each other now? So I want to find the distance between X and Y. When I want to find the distance, don't say that 8 plus 6 is equal to 14 is the distance between them. Okay, I cannot find 8 plus 6. This is not the distance. Whenever I have to find the distance between 2 points, every time I have to find the shortest distance between them, which is a straight distance or which is a straight line joining those 2 points. A straight line joining 2 points will be the shortest path. Okay. So please remember, when I want to find the distance between 2 points, I have to find always the shortest path between them. Okay, so many people may think that 6 plus 18, 14 is the distance between them, but 14 is not correct answer here. Okay, so I have to find the shortest path here, and that means I have to assume this as a right angle triangle. I have to find the value of a hypotenuse. I know two sides values. So hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. So that is 6 square plus 8 square. Okay, so 6 square is 36, 8 square is 64, that is 100. So hypotenuse square is equal to 100, then hypotenuse will be equal to 10. That means this value is equal to 10 kilometers. So 10 kilometers is the shortest distance between these two friends. Okay, so I hope you understand. When I have to find the distance between 2 points, every time I have to find the shortest distance only, not 8 plus 6. It is 6 square plus 8 square under a root. Okay, it is 10. Have any doubts in this? Yes, you can answer. Yes, 10 kilometers is the answer. Many of you have mentioned in the Q&A box. That's good. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. We'll finish it fast because we don't have much time. It was already 9:30. So D and E have three children, A, B, and C. So D and E. Okay, they are couple. So this is how I indicate actually couple. The different notations used by the different faculty, but used to use a cap saying that those two are couple. So they have three children. Who are they? A, B, and C. So A, B, C are the three children of D and E. F is A spouse. That means A is married to F. Now I can say F and A are couple like D and E. Okay. So D is the grandfather of G. D is the grandfather of G means D is a male person, but I don't know who is G. Okay, whether G is a child of F and A or maybe B or maybe C, I don't know. But D is the grandfather of G. G definitely belongs to the next generation of ABC. So B is the mother of H. So they said B is the female person and B is the mother of H. Okay, H is the child of B and F is G's father. They mentioned that F is the father of G. Okay, so if F is the father of G, what will be A? A will be the mother of G. Okay, since they are husband and wife, if F is a male person, obviously A will be the female person. Okay, now A will be the mother of G. Now, who is the male child of D and E? So I know that A, B, C are the child of D and E. Among A, B, C, A is a female, B is a female clearly. So C can be the only male child of D and E. Okay, so the male child of D and E is C there. Okay, so it is very clear D and E have three different child, A, B and C. A is married to F and H mother is B. That means B is a female person. And they clearly said that F is the father of G. That means F is a male person. Since F and A are married to each other and F is a male person, A should be female. And my question is, who is the male person of D and E, male child of D and E? I already know A and B are female, so C is the only male person we have. Okay. Yeah. Even I got answers from many students stating that it is C. Okay. So I think this is a data sufficiency question. You have an idea. There will be a problem question. They'll give you a question and we have to decide whether the information given in the statement 1 or statement 2 is sufficient to answer that question or not. No need to find the answer. Just I have to find whether they are sufficient to find the answer or not. Okay. So what is the question we have? What is the problem question? The salaries of A and B are in the ratio 2:3. So they are given the ratios of the salaries of A and B. So I have to find the salary of A. Okay. So what is the salary of A? So if they are in the ratio 2:3 means what does it mean? If A salary is 2x, B salary is 3x. Okay. Now take the statement 1 alone. 1 alone. Don't take the statement 2. Take the statement 1 alone. What is it? The salary of B is 8,000 rupees. Okay. They have given the value of 3x rupees. That is 3x is equal to 8,000. If 3x is equal to 8,000, can I find value of 2x or not? Yes or not? Yes, I can find. Okay. I can find the value of 2x since I know the value of 3x. How much is the value? We don't want that. Can I find the value of 2x or not? Yes, I can find. Right. So that means using the statement 1 alone, I can find the answer. Okay. Statement 1 alone is sufficient to find the answer. The question is not over yet. Take the statement 2 alone. Okay. What is the statement 2 alone? The total salary of A and B is 15,000. Okay. So I know that 2x is the A salary, 3x is the B salary. According to the statement 2, they said that 2x plus 3x is equal to 15,000. Okay. So if 2x plus 3x is equal to 15,000, that is 5x is equal to 15,000. X is equal to 3,000. Okay. I got the value of X. Can I find the value of 2x or not? Yes. Even when I use the statement 2 alone, I can find the salary of B. So salary of A. If I take the statement 1 alone, but still I can find the value of A salary. Okay. So 1 alone is sufficient and 2 alone is also sufficient. Then what is the correct answer according to that? Options we have. Either of the statement 1 or 2 is sufficient to answer the problem question. You take the statement 1 alone, you can answer. If you take the statement 2 alone, you can answer. Okay. So either of the statements are sufficient to answer the question here. You said, see, you take the statement 1, you got the answer. Please don't stop answering the question with that. Don't go with option 1. So since you got the answer using statement 1 alone, don't say that answer is statement 1 alone is sufficient. You have to check even the second one also. If the second one is not sufficient, then I have to go with option 1. Here the second one alone is also sufficient. Then I can answer the question by taking the statement 1 or statement 2. Any one is fine for me. Okay, that's why I have to say either of the statement 1 or 2 is sufficient to answer the problem question. Okay, so let's move on to the last question what we have here. So that is a data sufficiency based question from coding and decoding. Okay, so what is the problem question we have here? So in a code, sit pit means get ready. Okay, so sit pit means get ready. So it doesn't mean that sit is the code for get and pit is the code for ready. No, It doesn't mean that. Okay, maybe sit is the code for ready and pit is the code for get. Anything is happen, anything is possible. Okay, it doesn't mean that sit is the code for get and pit is the code for ready, right? Anything is possible here, but sit pit means get ready. What is the first statement here? Sit lit git means make it ready. What I have to find? I have to find the code for ready here. Okay, so according to the problem they have given, get ready code is sit pit, and according to the first statement I have to I given, it is given that make it ready is sit lit git. So what is the common word in get ready and sit lit make it ready here? Ready is common here. Okay, in both the sentences ready is common, right? So what is that common code here? Your sit is present here, even sit is also present here. So from that it is clear that the ready code is sit. Okay, the code for ready is sit here. Yes, I find the answer using the statement 1 alone. So what about statement 2 alone here? So here ready made code is fit sit. Even now also ready is common in both the sentences and sit is the only code word which is common in both the words here. Okay, so that's even if I take the statement 2 alone, I can find the sit is the code for ready. Okay, so like the previous question, here also I can answer the problem question by taking the information in the statement 1 alone or by taking the statement 2 alone. Okay, so any of them is fine for me to answer the questions here. Here also the answer should be D here. Either the statement 2 or 1 is sufficient to answer the problem question. Okay. Uh, See, how can you say that if base salary is 8,000, A salary is 7,000? If you consider only statement 1 alone, you don't know that both of them salary is 15,000, right? If you know that their salary is 15,000, you are considering the statement 2 alone. You are not supposed to look at the statement 2 when you are taking the statement 1 alone. Okay, that is what we are talking. Take the statement 1 alone. Statement 1 alone information మాత్రమే తీసుకోండి, not statement 2. Okay, if B salary is 8,000, I don't know A salary. I have to find based on the given ratio. Okay, so the answers that you get may be different when you take the statement 1 alone and when you take the statement 2 alone. You may get different answers, but can you answer the question or not? That is what the data sufficiency means. Okay, what is the meaning of both the statements put together are sufficient? Okay, you take the statement 1 alone, but the information in that statement is not sufficient for me to answer, and you took the statement 2 alone. Even the information in the statement 2 is also not sufficient for me. Now what I will do is I'll combine the information in both the statements. Okay, I'll take the information in both the statements together. Then I can answer the question. In that case, I have to go with the answer. If both the statements put together, then I can answer. That means both the statements put together are sufficient to answer the question. Even after combining the information in the both the statements, still I cannot find the answer, means I have to go with the answer like both the statements even put together are not sufficient to answer the question. Understand? Okay. So here 5 different possibilities in data sufficiency, that is either of the statements are sufficient. ఏది తీసుకున్న ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేస్తుందండి మీకు. 1 ఒకటే తీసుకున్న ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది, లేదంటే 2 ఒకటే తీసుకున్న ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. అదొక పాసిబిలిటీ. రెండో పాసిబిలిటీ ఏంటంటే మీకు ఆన్సర్ స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటేనే వస్తుంది, బట్ 2 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటే రాదు. అది సెకండ్ పాసిబిలిటీ. థర్డ్ పాసిబిలిటీ ఏంటంటే స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటే ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది, కానీ స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటే ఆన్సర్ రాదు. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద థర్డ్ వన్. ఫోర్త్ పాసిబిలిటీ ఏంటంటే రెండిట్లోని ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకుంటే తప్ప నాకు ఆన్సర్ రాదు. అంటే 2 స్టేట్మెంట్స్ లో ఉన్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఖచ్చితంగా తీసుకుంటేనే నాకు ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఈ 4 కేసులోనే మీకు ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది. ఏదో ఒకటి తీసుకున్న ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. 1 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటే ఆన్సర్ వచ్చే కేసు ఒకటి, 2 ఒకటే తీసుకుంటే ఆన్సర్ వచ్చే కేసు ఒకటి, 1 and 2 కలిపి తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. బట్ ఎలా తీసుకున్నా సరే ఆన్సర్ రావట్లేదు అనుకోండి, then that is the last case. Both the statements even put together are not sufficient to find the answer. Okay, I hope you got it. So anyhow, that's fine. That's the end of the class today. If you have any doubts, we'll discuss in the evening session, in the doubt session. So we'll end this session now. Okay, because it was already 9:40. You have to take your breakfast, and again you have to attend the session at 10:15, right? So please, you can leave for now, and we'll have a more clarity about these in the doubt session in the evening. Okay. So thank you very much. Can leave.